Okay, and I guess we are now live. So, welcome, Mark, in our new Q&A. So this month, our guest is Mark Kevin Baldemor. He's the founder of the Gwt-Material Project.
Mm-hmm.
He will talk with us about it. And as usual, you can ask your question on the right side of your screen with a Q&A toggle, and we will select the question that Mark will answer after the different question we're gonna have. So don't hesitate to ask him any question you have in mind. So Mark, welcome.
Welcome to, yeah.
So
It's
I'm gonna start by the first question that everybody is asking. Who are you, and what do you do? Where do you live? What can you tell us about you?
Okay, so first, I am Mark Kevin Baldemor. So I'm currently staying in the northern part of the Philippines. So surrounded by the oceans and tall mountains with different species of wild animals. I'm now 21 years old, so graduated at Informatics College, Diliman, Philippines, with an advanced diploma on multimedia technology. So in the year of 2013, so I have my internship at BPM Council, a French company located in Lyon, France. And luckily, I did my first job there with the introduction of Gwt technology, Hibernate, OSGI, lots of different Google APIs. So I do web and mobile development also using the open source kits like Android SDK and PhoneGap. After my work there, so with BPM, I continue my journey to develop my own open source Gwt UI framework built in material design. And it was so-called Gwt Material. So that's it. That's a brief introduction about myself.
Good, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
And so now this is your story. So where do you live, and how you started to know Gwt, and how you were like introduced to the world of Gwt. Can you tell us who you're working for now, and can you tell us about your role that you're acting right now?
Okay, yeah. So now I'm working for i3. So it's an insurance company located in Canada. So in the IT department, my role there is a Gwt UI UX developer and also a project owner and major contributor of Gwt Material Design open source project. So it's a dual dual work. So yeah, so we are supporting lots of what they call these applications there. So all of the applications was built on material design aspects using my Gwt Material open source project. So yeah, so lots of mobile development and web development. So we do lots of projects there, and until now we still have projects that is going to be a successful one. So yeah, so that's it.
Good, good, good. And coming back to Gwt, when and why you told us that you studied at BPM Conseil and everything, but by you started using Gwt for what reason, and what excites you about Gwt, and what do you love about it?
Yeah, so first I started using Gwt on the year of 2013 with the version of 2.5 until 2.6 or maybe 2.7. So it's a 2 dot something release. And I love the architecture pattern of Gwt using the RPC model to communicate with the server side components. Then I tried to do some sort of starter projects using Gwt for front end and Hibernate for the backend, which makes the development process more exciting. So backend is something a hard-coded stuff, and the front end is something we must provide it to the user, and it will not see the backend for the user. So it's just the front end. So on that time, so as a result, I did more and more projects inside my company, and the result is very nice. But there is a code duplication process. What I mean is the CSS resources, the JS resources, you need to copy paste. If you have another project, you copy paste it to another project. So what I did is something I tried to learn how to build a UI framework using Gwt and hosted in the GitHub with the help of other Gwt contributors to make it more modular and easy to integrate to another project. Because what I know about Gwt before is something what they call this it's just a resources that you just need to put your CSS And then after, what I did is to pull it out and what to call this and put it on another kind of project. So I tried to use Gwt for a long time period until now, and I love Gwt. That's it. So
Good, good.
yeah.
That's why you're here. So I
Mhm.
thought Olivier had a question, but it went out, so maybe Cypress deleted it.
Mhm.
No, the question is back. We're gonna answer this one. So you've talked about Gwt 2.6 and Gwt 2.7, but did you have a chance to use Gwt 2.8 beta?
Yeah, I tried to use 2.8 beta using the use of JS interrupting, the introduction of JS interrupt. And I think it was the other project, it called what they call this, the Gwt Polymer. It's something the Vaadin guys contributed to the GitHub. And I tried to pull it out and study on how to use the JS interrupt with the use of Gwt 2.8. But for the meantime, so I'm not going to tackle about the 2.8 on my project because it's something it will be on the future release. So we're just waiting for the 3.0 to be able to have the Gwt material version also implement JS interrupt, Java 8, and other stuff that will be supported on Gwt material. So yeah, I've tried Gwt 2.8, but it's not so it's so well.
Good. Thanks, Olivier, for the question.
Yeah, it's Oliver.
Next, if we go to our main agenda now, and we
Mm-hmm.
talk about Gwt material itself, I think like everyone knows what is material design, and I hope, but you can always introduce us about it. You're the founder of a project Gwt-Material and about the community. Can you tell us when and why did it start, and more about it?
Yeah. So first, yeah, I am the founder of this project, and it was founded January of 2015 with alpha release hosted on Google Code. So it's something on old school before. So I used Google Code in order to contribute it to the users. But later on, with the help of other Git contributors, so I'm very thankful for them that we tried to host the project on GitHub. So that's the first time I learned how to pull, how to commit, how to update my code repositories using GitHub and release in even version 1.0, which improves the productivity of the project. So plus the showcase app. So I think this one was assigned by Christian Lacerda from Brazil. So this man is very nice. So he helped me to do some sort of tutorial session on how can I use the Maven technology in order to implement our project, the Gwt-Material Project. And the history of this project is when Google announced their design language, so called Material Design. In On the other hand, so I found also Materializecss. It's our like a building stone, like a stone, like a core technology that was founded by Mr. Alvin Wang. It's an Asian guy also, and his team to build the website using the design specification of Google. With the whole idea, I finally decided to create an open source Apache 2.0 license Gwt-based widgets. It's a material design widgets built in material design specifications called Gwt Material. And moreover, I added some custom components and called Gwt Material add-ins. So the evolution of the project is something a step-by-step process, and we refactored it. So the refactoring was made by Bendol from New Zealand. So it's a very nice also, it's a very nice guy that helps me on how can I leverage my knowledge on how to use Gwt and how to make it more stable version, make the quality better. And yeah, so it's very lots of components there now until now. So and then on that part, so I decided to focus more on Gwt Material Project. So I used my time 100%. So thanks to David Launen, it's something a sponsorship program, and he helped me to leverage my time into the Gwt Material Project and make it more stable and and maintain it regularly using the GitHub issue tracker and some pull request definition. So that's it. So I think it's something a good history. It's something a life of a man, apes going to a man. So it's something is stable, a weak going to a strong man. So that's a good idea.
Good. We had some question while you were talking. One from Gilberto, talking about Gwt polymer. Doesn't Gwt material does not have the same purpose of Vadin's project? Will they be competitor to each other in the future?
Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah, Gwt polymer is something a different aspect, different idea on what we are doing, because we just want the users for the Gwt material for to be able for them to contribute lots of material design widgets. So it's not something framework, but I learned that Polymer 1.0. It's just a web components, and it's just text box, a text area, something like this, a core widgets. But what we do here is something we just need a what you call this a JS interrupting and Elemento to create our widgets that will support 3.0. So in the near future, I think there will be no conflict between Gwt polymer and the Gwt material. So on Gwt material is just a core widget supporting in Materialize CSS. But as I heard on 3.0, the Gwt 3.0 will not support widgets, but we have backup plans. We have plan B on how we can leverage and provide the bulletproof support to 3.0. So users will now will not have a confusion between the Gwt polymer and the Gwt material. I think it will it will solve the questions.
So thanks, Gilberto, for the question. I hope it answers you. If you have any more question, you can still continue on that point. Another question from Zakaria. It's is Gwt material design library production ready?
Yeah. This one is production ready. I think it's the 1.4.0. So yeah, I have lots of lots of users coming to me, just PM me, hey Mark, can you check this out? I have a project built in material design using your project. So I try to browse it. If Zakaria, I will share you the link on what are the currently apps that is built on Gwt material that is production ready. So I can share you some users provided an APK file using a GWTP phone gap or something like this, and also submit me a website. So all of this is production ready, and I have something a starter templates also that is on the production ready. Also for the 1.4.1 release, so we are very sorry for the late release, but we're just focusing a thoroughly, like if you scan a virus, so we just scan thoroughly the 1.4 in order for a little bug fixes that will be fixed by ourselves. Thank you for also for the GitHub contributors there. So thank you for the effort that you can just solve any a little bit of problem.
So for the people watching, what we're going to do on Thursday or something like that, we're going to release a blog post with the answers of Mark. And we're going to add some project that he will be able to share with us that are built with Gwt material. So you will be able to see and to look at Gwt material in production in real life.
Yeah.
So thanks, Zakaria, for the question. Can you tell us more now about the community in itself? Because we talk a lot about the community and how it contributes, and maybe the main people that contribute to your project. After that, we will come back to the project itself.
Yeah, I will tell you about the community. So about the community, so we have now 118 members on Gitter channel. So it's a chat channel on how the users will go truly the application and the project. And we have 116 members in Google Plus. So this is very, very good. And we have 128 stargazers on GitHub, which is good news for the project in itself. Many users submitted their pull request for new exciting material design widgets, like what Gilberto submitted, like the material cutout or something like this. And some are submitting issues, which improves the stability and quality of the project. Gwt-Material has 9 members, so we are 9 members, but some are part-time contributors and others are actively a contributor of the project. So thanks to Bendel again about the huge code refactoring made on 1.4 release, including the modular theming of the project called the Gwt-Material themes. So Bendel provided us a good modular idea on how to use Gwt-Material into a high productivity, like using the Gwt themes. So now we provided a theming guide on how to use themes on Gwt material, like the palette, because in material design, color is very important, so that the user will not lose their interaction when clicking on something. So for the Maven release, so this one from the community also, it was Christian Lacerda from Brazil. It is our active releaser for the said project. Sometimes we do some online session using TeamViewer to help one another about how we can leverage and discuss about the project. So it's just, I think it's a Friday session last year or something like this. We have a TeamViewer session with Christian. Teach me how to do Maven stuff, and Bendel teach me how to do IntelliJ IDEA, something like this. So they are my family in short. So community something, yeah, that's a good thing about open source. So many users can help you out on how to improve your project. And I love the community of Git Material and also other communities, because I belong also to another community like the Papyrus thing, the Material Design OS. So it's an operating system for it's a material design. So I love material design, and that's it. So communities are very nice in order for me. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And can you tell us more about what you see in the future and what's the evolution of a Gwt-Material project? What you have in mind for the next release?
Yeah, so for this one, so we have what is a previous release. So if I can share it with you. So yeah, we released a 1.0 coming from 1.5. So each release are what they call this are designated stuff. For example, 1.0, it's a production release. So that's what the question a while ago. So 1.0 is a production release, but it needs better usage on it, because we didn't have a refactoring into that. And 1.2 is something, an integration of PhoneGap plugin. So on the Showcase site, we provided also a what it goes in an APK for the user to see that Gwt-Material is supported by PhoneGap. In 1.3, so that's the time Christian Maven releases the Maven official release on Gwt-Material. And 1.3.1, it's a bug fixes for 1.3. So we put a versioning stuff there. And 1.3.2, so that's the time Bendel added the theming guide for Gwt-Material. And 1.3.3 is a material design template. So this one is something a what do you call this, a template guide for the users in order to use Gwt-Material. And we must provide on the later evolution, we provide lots of templates like Gwt what do you call this, supports with a video, like a blog template, a data grid template, and lots of templates we will provide after 2.0, so that we are going to be happy on all the templates. And 1.4, so that's the time the huge code refactoring happened there. And 1.4.1 and 1.5 is pending, so it's upcoming. So we just need the step-by-step process on how we can do these releases. So 1.5, it's a add-ins component. So this thing is the very nice components, because we are just starting to implement a rapid prototype about the widgets, like the path animator. So it's something good for the what they call this, the meaningful transition of Gwt material, because on every widget, material design tells us that on every user interaction, there must be a good, meaningful, and delightful transition. So we don't want the user to lose their interaction focus to their clicks every time they click. So we just need a good what they call this, indication that they click this thing. Okay, so on each release, so we are very thankful to the contributors again for their support on Gwt-Material project. I'm very happy that until now the project status is still actively maintained. Yeah, so also we tried to our best also to implement the core animations. So as I said a while ago, it's a path animator. It's a different thing because path animator will animate the source path into a target path. But these core components, core animations, is just like a page transitions, a fade in out, slide in, and many more animations that I provided on the core animations guidelines. And we also added a built-in Google icon fonts. So we all know that what they call this, I experienced before on Gwt. So every time I have an icon, I just need to do a Photoshop thing. So I just need to do a small icon there and copy and paste it on the website. So it's a lot, when it comes to performance. So we just need to load the icons. So what I did is something we just supported using Google icon fonts. So it was hosted internally, and then if there's an update, so we just pull out the new icon fonts hosted in the Google, and then we put it on the Git project itself. And yeah, so yes, and also we used also material icon morph. So it's a good stuff also that we can morph an icon into another icon. So that's the good interaction, like a toggle icon. Yeah, that's it. I think
You
yeah,
made
that's the evolution.
all the, yeah.
Lots of great stuff.
Okay, and we had a question from Mohammed related to it. So, what about the performance or size of the library? Because you talked to us about all the things that are inside your library and the project itself. So we ask a question about that. Okay, I think we just lost Mark. We're gonna see if he's going to come back. Okay, so I guess he had some problem with his connection. Still have some question to go. I just tried to ping him to see if he's coming back and see if he succeed. Okay, so we lost him completely. It's not in the Hangout anymore. So as I said, because this meeting is only 30 minutes anyway, we're already at 25 minutes. What we're gonna do is all the questions that you ask, we're gonna keep them and put it on the blog post. So Mark just came back.
Yeah, we just
Yeah, just for a minute,
connections.
it's fine. So the question from Mohammed was, what about the performance or size of the library?
Yeah, so now I'm not good on the performance, so it's a first thing. So I'm not good at the performance. I'm not a performance developer, but now I think it's on the Materializecss, the core components. So they are also doing some great stuff there about the performance because they're using a Jasmine JS or something like this to test the performance. And I hope the resources, because the load of the resources now is something what they call this is something big. But yeah, I think for my development now, if I'm trying to do this, to do a application, it's fast. I think it's fast, but if you integrate it in the phone gap, so the jQuery animation stuff will cut the performance. So it's something also for the developers to what they call this to have an what they call this a security about the resources they are going to make. But yeah, so we solve also the performance issue by separating modules. So we have a Gwt theme, also the Gwt add-ins. So if the users wants only a core widgets, so they just use the Gwt-Material Project only. But if they want to use the add-ins, so I think it will be better. Yeah, for the performance, I haven't any experience the downage of the performance, but yeah. So now maybe after the release, because we will do a code refactoring, and that's the time we will see the performance issue behind that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good. Thanks, Mohamed, for your question. Another question from Gilberto. So, question is, Materializecss is the base project for Gwt-Material, but currently Gwt-Material have more components than Materializecss. How is the relationship between Materializecss and Gwt project teams, and what would happen to Gwt-Material if Materializecss is discontinued?
Yeah. Yes, that's a good question. So, so it's something. At first, so I'm just what do you call this? At first, I'm afraid that if Materializecss will not pursue or what do you call this, continue the updates, so I'm very afraid on that. But on what I'm thinking now and what I did is something we created a grid add-ins. So the grid material should be focused on the core materialized CSS widgets. But for the grid material add-ins is the one that we are going to develop. Like if the materialized stop, but we have a backup. We have a backup plan, and that's the grid material add-ins, and we will continue developing lots of widgets inside this project, the grid material add-ins. So don't worry about that, Gilberto. That we will not. We will what do you call this? Continue supporting the grid material project, even if the materialized CSS will not support. And also, I contacted the what you call this, the CEO or the project lead of the materialized CSS, and they are happy that we are using their core what you call this, the core components that they have, and yeah, we share about the good stuff. Like I share them about my projects, about the screenshots and many things, and they need to what they call this, to evaluate it and they put it on the showcase site. But yeah, so there are little updates about the materialized CSS. But yeah, we are trying to build more widgets using the with material add-ins component.
Okay. Thanks for that answer. Do you have contact with a Gwt project team around the future of Gwt-Material? What is the future of Gwt-Material with all that?
Yeah. So now the future for the grid material is what you call this. We are what you call this. We are building a what you call this, a new widgets. And as for now, we all know that we are waiting for the Grid 3.0. So everything is new, as I heard on the Grid community and forums, like the usage of JSON Trop, the Java 8 web components, and other tech behind it. And we are thinking that on Grid Material 2.0, so it will be a new release this year, we will implement all of this inside the project to provide a bulletproof support for the said open source project to make Gwt-Material a great project and supports Gwt 3.0. So we just only need a time on how we can just tiny pieces of code there about JSON Trop, and we studied it and going to be what they call this, implemented on the Gwt-Material project. So Java 8 support. So it's good in the ears that we are supporting these kind of projects. So yeah, we need to build more material design widgets also that is using just interrupt. So it will be a big migration again, refactoring migration happen on the with material world that we need to refactor everything. And we are on the R&D, research and development process to learn how to do it. Also for what the good is for the Maven release. So we will update the 1.4.1 as soon as possible. So yeah, so we will also provide a tutorial session, for example, a mini video clips like what you do. Also, like providing a session about how to start developing a quick materialized project, and also how to build a sample theming guide with the theming guide, the add-in components, the animations, stuff, and many things. And also we are planning to provide a much more templates, many templates, like having a what they call this, a grid channel templates, like channel APIs, like other JavaScript templates into it, like a map templates. Now we supported maps and what they call this, a material design charts. So it's a good idea that we are going to support lots of open source APIs there, even Tesseract or the OCR stuff. So we will support this. Also, we are planning ahead to do some cool, what you call this, cool phone gap projects later on after we are going to finish all the steps that we are going to tackle about.
Good. That's a good future for it. You have a lot of plans for it, which is really good for the community. If guys, you have any more questions, viewers, we can answer one or two more questions. As I said before, the question will be anyway on the blog post that we're going to release on the RB's blog Thursday or Friday. We can take a little bit more time. Maybe do you have a project that you can share with us or present with us that you did with Gwt-Material to see it in?
Yeah, I can show you some of the projects that I have. So yeah, I think I can share it to you via Hangouts or something.
Yeah,
Sure.
do it.
Okay, so this one. Yeah. Sorry, so it's not this. This one. So we implement a YouTube like what do you call this interface using the Gwt-Material, using the animation stuff. So we provide a meaningful animation. And do you see my screen?
Yeah. We can see your screen. Your screen is.
So this one, so we implement basic stuff here, like the playing of music or something like this. So all these Gwt-Material widgets, and yeah, it's a good stuff. Also, we have map support, a login support, for example. So yeah, so we provide a good navigation stuff for material design, and after this, we provided a good map like this. So it's something what they call this a graphic model for maps and street views implemented on the Google Maps. And I used Google Maps version 3, something like this. Is a Gwt wrapper for the Google Maps. And it's very nice. And we have some sort of like this. I will just show you. So
Can people get access to a project you built? I mean, the YouTube kind of stuff, and is there a way to have access to it if they type the URL?
Yeah. So how can I share it to?
No, we could share it on the video itself, or
yeah, here. So this one is the Gwt YouTube. The title here is a real-time play your videos real-time with friends. So
okay.
Here I used it's a prototype. So I used a real-time video sharing. For example, if I click the movie, all the instances all over the world will automatically sync about the movie I'm watching. So if the folks there are want to go there on the link I shared, so they can use it, and then I will click on the button, and automatically it will be played synchronized on the other machines there. Yeah. So if I go there, for example, I will click. I will play chandelier, for example. So automatically the users out there will what they call this will recognize. Yeah. So like a remote control. So I control your browser using the real-time API. So that's it. So that's my prototype. So I'm using also a VR project on this. So it will be good for the VR project. So maybe later on after the so that release, I will do a real-time VR viewing. So lots of users are like on the classroom. So every students there are using their VR. And if the teacher click the play button, so every student will have sync on watching the what they call this the good things about the planet Earth, the street views of the Washington or something like this. So it will be a good idea for also for the VR, for the virtual reality using the cardboard stuff. Yeah, so that's it. That's my one of the what they call this prototype project. It will be released on the Showcase app until we refactored everything on this, because this one is, I think it's a 1.3 version of the Gwt-Material, so it's on production that we are doing also, but we just need to refactor it and do it on 1.4.
Okay.
Yeah, also here, so as I continue, what do you call this, as you will continue watching my screen there, so I will show you some good stuff about what we are developing now on the Gwt add-ins. So if you go to add-ins, so this one is what we are talking. So the other man again asked us that if Materialize will discontinue, so we have like a plan B. So we created an add-in components, and those are the components that we are custom build, that are custom build. So we have lots of it, like a bubble for the chat or something like this. Yeah, for this one. And we have a cutout. So it was created by Gilberto, I think. So something like this. So it's a good feature. And we have the icon morph. So if you go here, you can just show it like that. And a fast animator, this one is what I'm talking a while ago, that it will show you a delightful animation that will not lose the user interaction with a good user experience. Yeah, and this one will turn into an overlay panel. And yeah, so for this one,
Okay. So this is the access we have to. If we go on the GitHub source and the GitHub project, we can see all of that.
yeah. And also we provided a steppers, so because when I'm doing a Gwt project before, so it's very hard to do some series of steps like on a wizard form, because on the Gwt world is something a wizard world. So you just need to step by step process on how to upload your image, on how to input your taxes, your money, or something like this, and it will process on the finish line. So this one is something a good, cool stuff that we provided. Is a step-by-step process. It was supported by vertical and horizontal steppers. So something like this. So it's a good thing that we provided lots of what I could say, a good information about the steppers.
Okay.
Also, so this is some series of examples. Yeah. So yeah. So
That's good. That's good.
also the users there, if they want a roadmap, we created a roadmap about the first release version from possible version 1, version 2, version 3, 1.4, and also the ongoing release. So we provided there the widgets that we are supporting, and also for the 2.0. So it's a great refactoring. So we will provide a step-by-step widget refactored on every JS interrupt or Elemento thing. So it will be nice for them to know what is the status of the project. So yeah, so it's good that we provided it.
That's perfect. Can you come back with your camera to us?
Yeah, no. Okay, so I just need to this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we had some questions from Martin when you were while you were talking. So Will, I guess the first question was, how do you see future with Gwt and JS Interrupt? What are the main benefits of Gwt then compared to other solutions like Ionic?
What? Yeah, so yeah, so this one is a good question. So how do you see your future with Gwt and JS Interrupt? So first, I think, yeah, it's a good thing that JS Interrupt is on the world of Gwt. But there are many things that is not good, like usage of UI binder. So every time you develop a widget, you just need a JS Interrupt in order to, what you call this, to have an actions on it, events or something like this. But for us, I think we just found a solution for that, and that is Elemento. It's an open source project, I think, and it was shared by David about the Elemento project. And yeah, so for that, I think on Gwt-Material, we will do our best to use just interrupt. But don't worry, we will back up the old ones that will support 2.7 something, and we will just create another branch about the gist interrupt implementation, so that if the user will not going to use gist interrupt, so they have a backup branch. But also the other question is, what are the main benefits of Qt then compared to other solutions like Ionic? So I'm not familiar with Ionic, but I I think I don't hear about Ionic in my development life, so I can't answer that question.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And we have another question related. So it's, will Gwt-Material switch fully to GS Interrupt?
Yeah, so that one I answered a while ago. That yes, we will switch not fully but partially to just interrupt, because we will back up the another branch for the what they call this for what they call this for the main widget system, and for the next one is the 2.0. So if ever that we agree, the members of Git Material, that we will switch fully to just interrupt, so we'll do it. And also it depends on the community. So community is just like a powerful than myself. So if they said no, so we will review it again. And then if the other guy said yes, okay, so we just need to have like what is paper scissor something like this. So yeah, so we just need to make a fully decision about this. And for now it's partially. So if the community said yes, so we will fully integrate. But for the project goal, for me, if I will answer earlier, so it's yes for me. We will switch to fully to JS Intro. But for the community, let's wait for them to answer also.
Good.
Yeah.
So that was all for our question. We're going to see if there is any more question. So as I said, I copied all the question and we're going to answer it on a blog post directly. So you will be able to retrieve all the information that we talked about. And you will be able to find all the links that Mark talked about, and you will be able to go see them. So on Thursday or Friday for the release of a blog post.
Yeah.
So I guess it's all for our question. So thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks a lot to the audience for the question and to participate in the event. So you will be able to see it on YouTube just after that.
Yeah, so that's good. Just ask questions also in YouTube if you have a follow-up question, so it will be better for me also to answer it.
And I
also
think that you share the way to on your community on how to participate or contribute, I think, on the Gwt-Material project.
yeah,
Or
yeah, we provided a wiki about the contribution guide and also the other stuff like the requesting.
So if you want to know more about it, you can connect to it on Google Plus on the community and see how to contribute to.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. Okay.
So thanks a lot, and have all a good day.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.